Hello and what is going on today, guys? Tomcat here. Welcome back to Forza Horizon 4, and in today's video we are going to be grabbing the new 2018 TVR Griffith and seeing what is capable what we're capable of doing with this particular car. Now, I'm sure there's a ton of liveries out there for it. There's actually someone has recreated the new Supra as a TVR Griffith by adding a couple of like vents and stuff to it. It's kind of a weird design, actually. They're like, here's a Supra, and they're like, well, that's the Fast and Furious quote-unquote Supra, and then there's like the GR Supra, not a Supra. But anyways, you can kind of see a resemblance, I mean, especially from the side profile. But at the same time, if you look at it from the front or if you look at it from the rear, it doesn't really look like the new Supra. But it could actually be an interesting substitute if you wanted the new Supra in Forza, but obviously couldn't have it. So I could see why people are making designs that are Supra related, because the shape is similar. It's got that sweeping hood line. It's got that sloped rear window that kind of goes back to a really short deck lid at the back. It really does actually kind of resemble it in shape. But what we're going to do is we're going to give you all a full tour of the car, and you can see the spoiler in the back actually pops up. And I don't know why we're like crouched right now, but the interior is really, really cool. You could see the manual shifter right there in the middle. Actually, it's got harness belts too and a fire extinguisher, which is really cool. I love the buttons around the dash, like sport mode, traction off, rear spoiler, start engine. It's all very well illustrated for you right there. Pretty much like basically right in your face. It's very, very well illustrated. So we're going to go round to the engine compartment now. And you can see, oh, wow. Holy crap, that's mounted really, really far back. I mean, if you look at where the front tires are versus where the engine is, that's far enough back for me to call it a front mid. I mean, it's really far back in there, really far back in there. So let's drive it now. Let's drive it stock, and then let's come back and do a build and see what we can get out of it. So I know a lot of people prefer to see, like, they want to see what something actually drives like in terms of stock form before I go and mess with it. This thing is loud. It is rowdy. Listen to that. I love that sound. Listen to the rev matches. It's just such a mean-sounding car. I mean, it actually has kind of an American V8 sound to it. This actually, it reminds me of what some of the older Aston Martins sounded like. And it's kind of a mixture, to me anyway, of like an Aston Martin V8 Vantage, a Maserati Gran Turismo MC, and a almost like a C6 Z06. It's a weird mixture of sounds. It's a weird mixture of sounds, but it mixes together in a really, really good way. Really good way. I don't know why we're adventuring through a forest right now. I mean, I decided I needed to find this board, but all of a sudden, okay, we're on top of this board right now. Okay, that's weird. We'll find it some other time. I'm trying to figure out what this thing would be best for. I feel like it would be best for drifting, because I don't think it's going to be some sort of, you know, phenomenal race chassis. I don't think it's going to be some sort of crazy grip car. But what I do think is that it could pull some crazy slides. So let's go to the suspension and, let's see, suspension and brakes area first. Throw some race brakes on there. We have race suspension, rally suspension, and drift suspension. So I'm thinking throw a drift suspension on it, because it just makes the most sense to me. And by the way, that exhaust placement is absolutely awesome. Like, that's why it sounds so good. That's why it sounds so good. I'm surprised they're able to get away with that, to be honest. Now, I'm going to leave the factory engine in here, although swap options are 6.2 V8, 5.2 V10, and 7.7 V12, if that is the route you want to go, which is not the route we're going to go. We're going to go with a twin-turbo setup on the stock engine, which should be an interesting idea compared to what we normally see. I don't think I'm going to put those aero pieces on. Yeah, if I was making a grip build, then I would, but this is not going to be a grip build. This is going to be a slidey boy. very, very slidey boy build. So let's go ahead and get all of that drivetrain stuff taken care of. Now we can throw as many race parts at it under the engine as humanly possible. So I'm curious as to how much power. So before cams were making 658 and 590. After cams were making 758 and 600 foot-pounds of torque. 2,200 pounds, by the way, which is stupid light. Now, of course, this thing does have race weight reduction, but even with race weight reduction, that's a very light car. So power-wise, we have ended up with 1,026 horsepower and 811 foot-pounds of torque, weighing in at 2,284 pounds. So 2,300 pounds. So effectively, the weight of a Miata with Bugatti power and drift suspension. This is gonna be stupid fun. We are not throwing race tires on it. We're putting a 265 up front and a 305 in the back. And wheels-wise, I like the stock wheels, but actually, I want to see how the stock wheels look when they're spaced out. So let's do all the way out in the front. Ooh, that looks beefy. That looks mean. That looks really good with the with correct spacing. I mean, I'm still going to put aftermarket wheels on it, but man, that's a really good-looking car. That is a really, really good-looking car. Let's see. God, those RG2s look so good on just about everything you put them on. Just about everything you put them on. What else could we throw on? The 1552s don't really work with it. Let's see. F1 Deep. I mean, the F1 Deeps would be cool. The speed, oh my god, the speed lines. Dude, I'll tell you something. It's not really a style you would really like. I feel like you would associate with this car, but man, does it look cool. What about TEs? I mean, TEs look good on everything, but I'm going to throw those speed lines on there because, man, that's a crazy look. That is an absolutely crazy look. Now, would you actually run a drift car with center lock wheels? Probably not, because it would probably be a horrible idea, and it would just kind of, I feel like it wouldn't work properly. I feel like it would just be I feel like it would be kind of a waste of time. On one hand, it would be a waste of time, but it would also, I feel like, for a lot of drift setups, it's like, you know, those wheels get beat up, and I feel like you wouldn't want to beat up a center lock wheel that much. But that's just my personal opinion on it. I feel like, you know, everybody is going to have their own opinion, but let's see what this thing sounds like first off. It's like 9,400 RPM redline. Spins second, spins third, spins fourth, spins fifth. I didn't even touch the tune. I didn't touch the gearing. I didn't throw like even a quick tune on this car. Oh my god, it's a monster! Look at this! Oh my god, this thing is wild! Oh! This is one of, whoa, wow, that Fiesta almost took us out. This is one of the wildest drift cars I have ever, like, run across, just, like, right out of the box. I mean, this thing out of the box is insane. I mean, obviously, it's got upgrades, and it's got a drift suspension, but that's, oh my god, I'm having to, like, rein this thing in right now. This thing is not for the faint of heart. Oh, boy. It needs a tune, obviously. It needs a tune bad. Holy crap, though. This thing is ridiculous. I'm going to throw a quick tune on it because I already love it. I know I'm going to be using this thing a lot. A little bit of toe out front, a little bit of toe in the back. Let's see, 0.4. And stiffen the rear springs just a little. Well, actually, no. You know what? I'm going to soften them up because I want a little bit more grip in the back. And let's see. They're already all the way down. 100% lock. We're going to do 70 under decel. So, like, little basic tune. Made a little bit of a toe adjustment. All right, let's try this section again. Now, make no mistake, the power is all at the top. All at the top. Which can make tighter sections like this a little challenging, as you can see. But even then, I mean, as long as you stay on top of it and recover it quick enough, it works. It actually works really well. Come on. Don't hit the poles. Ah, I hit a pole already. Damn. Oh, oh. Oh, moderately terrifying. I mean, we're doing a rolling burnout in 4th gear at 100 miles an hour. That is insanity. I need to find a drift zone because I really want to find someplace to actually slide this thing around properly. Actually, there's one right up here. That is a perfect coincidence. Perfect. Not going to be my best ever. I can already tell you that, but it's going to be fun. Come on. Ooh. Stretch it out. Stretch it out. Stretch it out. Smooth. Smooth. There we go. Oh, no, 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 no. I caught my back wheel. I want to hit this run again. It's just so smooth. It's so smooth. This engine makes amazing power. I feel like it might be a little bit better supercharged, but like a little bit more effective supercharged, but I wanted to go for the slight extra top end of the twin turbo setup, but man, okay, a little overcooked there. I need to stop being overzealous with these entries. They're starting to bite me. Run the outside. No, I hit the sidewalk again. Stay in that torque band. 4th and 5th are where it's at. I like the gearing. I don't think I want to change it. I'm very, very keen on keeping the gearing the way it is. Oh, hit the sidewalk in the same spot, but didn't lose it. That's better. That was almost 160. That's better. Oh, God. Don't hit the side of the bridge. I want more. One more run at it. One more run at it. Oh, dude. Y'all need to build one of these. This thing is a monster, man. It's absolutely, like, it's so smooth, but it makes you drive it. It's not easy mode either. It really, like, it forces you to drive it. It's like a big V8 S2000 in a lot of ways. Come on. There we go. Don't. Too far. Damn. Overcooked. Even if you want to, like, stay low in the RPM range and just use the torque, you can. That was a little bad. That was a little horrible on angle, but
you have arrived at your
yeah, 157. I know for a fact I can put in a better run with this car. I'm just going to have to practice with it more and just, you know, figure out what it likes. But, man, this thing is awesome. Like, you guys need one of these, and you need one of these now. And I highly recommend giving it a shot. But if y'all enjoyed this video, make sure to slam that like button. Tell me in the comment section down below what you guys thought of it. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe for more. I'll see you guys next time. Also, make sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you guys want to see what's going on in either what's going on in my everyday life, or if you want to stay ahead of the game when it comes to what content is going live, or if you want to suggest what videos you want me to make sure, again, to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Links are in the description below.